A couple of days ago, I had my buddies from our Mexico office visiting us here for a business review meeting we do every now and again. Jose Manuel Flores and Gerardo Reyes Retana and Ernest Mijangos. Now, Ernesto said to me by email when he left yesterday morning, "Dave, we were in your office." This is my Mexican accent. "Dave, we were in your office and we noticed there was a whole pile of books lying around. Can you tell us if there's any of those books that you recommend be worth us looking at?" So I thought, you know what? I'll show you which ones I think are worth looking at. Have a look at this pile of books here. These have been on my desk for a few weeks now. I'm going to pick a couple out. This one. And if you're watching this and you're one of these book authors, don't be highly offended. This one, that one. Okay. Maybe I'll do another video later and I'll talk about the rest of these ones. Gary Bailey's going to be at our conference at Pink 16. He's the ex-Man United goalie. Spoke at our event in Malaysia earlier this year and our leadership forum in Scottsdale last summer. This is a really cool book about working under pressure. Good for you, Gary. Well, got this signed for me, see? My own signed copy of Gary's book. So Ernesto, you should be booking Gary for the Mexico City conference later in 2016 and the conference in Chile later in the year too. Gary would be great as a keynote speaker in Latin America. For heaven's sake, man, it's all about soccer. So come on. This book here is a book I've had for many years. In fact, I've even got two versions of it. I've got an earlier edition right there, the Sales Bible by Jeffrey Gitomer. If you're involved in any kind of sales work, really is the Sales Bible. Got loads of great ideas and techniques and tips for how you need to get your mind thinking about building positive relationships with customers in a sales context. Good ideas in that book. This book here is by Pat Williams. He's the NBA Senior Vice President at the Orlando Magic in the NBA. And his pet subject is leadership. And I stumbled upon this book last year. I've been going around, as you guys know, in Mexico and in Chile with you in the last couple of years talking about leadership. I talk about my leadership cloud, remember, of all of the 20-odd characteristics that make up a good leader. I found this book, and look, 21 leadership characteristics of how to be a good leader. And Pat Williams does a fantastic job of taking mostly the same characteristics I've been talking about and giving examples of great people in history and what they did to demonstrate those leadership characteristics. Fantastic book. I really like that. I wish that was the one I'd written myself, by the way. And this one here's a good favorite of mine from a few years ago, the Checklist Manifesto, written by a surgeon. I always have trouble pronouncing his name, but you can see it right there. Believe it or not, even though this book, it's not a huge book, but it's not a thin pamphlet, this is all about how you use checklists to improve the quality of the work you do. You might not think you could write a book this big about checklists. Believe me, you can. The Checklist Manifesto, a very, very illuminating book, gives some great ideas about how you can improve quality and performance by adopting checklists. So anyway, if you've seen one of the other titles that you want me to talk about, let me know and I'll do the best I can. But otherwise, go for these 4 books as my first 4 choices. Checklist Manifesto, 21 Great Leaders by Pat Williams, Jeffrey Gitomer's Sales Bible, and Gary Bailey's Success Under Pressure. Happy reading. See you next time.